Ooh, don't look at me, just look at you. Ooh, just look, don't look at me, just look at you. Ooh, your ugly ass, just look at you. Ooh, look at me, just look at you. Ooh, oh, um, wait, what? Sup, it's your unfriendly red rat neighbor Kevin Carnage, and I'm back with another one. As you can see from the thumbnail, this is what if Naruto was the Ghost Rider, or a Ghost Rider to be precise, because there are a bunch of Ghost Riders, and this specific Ghost Rider is a ninja Ghost Rider. Right? I'm Anyway, that was not funny. So a few pointers on this situation. So basically, majority of the shit happens like in canon, but like with his parents dying, him getting the Ninetales, but not just half of the Ninetales this time. He will be getting the full Ninetales, and stuff. Uh, but what will be different is he'll have some sort of living relative, like probably Minato's little sister or some shit, and stuff. So just establishing the fact of how I'm going to be manipulating the story to have Naruto becoming a Ghost Rider, or a ninja Ghost Rider to be precise. So I need Kushina to be dead. I need Minato to be dead, and I need Minato to have a little sister. So you know Naruto could grow up basically loving someone and not giving a fuck about the outside existence. Also, bear in fact, Rin will be alive in this one, and Kakashi won't be a depressed wreck per se. Even though Obito is still, you know, technically dead per se, right? Right? Anyway, so let's get into this with a little flashback with Naruto as a kid. With his parents, with heaping holes in their chest, already dead, and they already established the fact that Naruto is not just. Um, I'm gonna put it as the fact. After sealing the Ninetales, Naruto was glowing, emanating chakra, equivalent to Hiruzen himself at a very young age, like fucking 2 to 3 days old, because of the something with a Reaper Death Seal and the sealing of the Ninetales triggered Naruto to unlock his chakra potential. Right? I'm feeling it this way. So, boom, we time skip again, where Naruto is now with his auntie or some shit. Basically, this is a character we are just going to be creating for plot convenience. She's not going to be around for that much. She's going like probably before and like after he graduates from the academy and takes Tazuna to his bridge or to his village or some shit and shit. Anyway, so we're not there yet. Um, so Naruto is going to be getting a very totally different treatment per se. Meaning that everyone respects Minato's somewhat little sister. So granted, some of the villagers will be a little bit dicky towards Naruto, but in canon, he won't be getting beaten per se. He will be getting bullied by kids, but there won't be adults being kids in this specific what if. So they'll give him glares and talk about behind him, behind his back, but they won't refuse sale to him. These are basically adults. So majority of the adults in the village are more neutral, per se, than in canon, where they hunt him down for sport for some shit. I don't know if they did do that in canon. I know he did get bullied per se somehow. But anyway, so that's not going to be happening. He will be getting bullied by kids. Yes, I said that again, and stuff. So a little description on what um Minato's sister would be like. It would just be a Minato with boobs. Get explanation. There we go again. So we get to where Naruto is placed in the academy a bit earlier, because then due to his immense chakra, he has to attend the academy earlier so he can master or um, start learning chakra control. And since let's say the Hyugas held Minato in high regards, they assist in training Naruto in chakra control. So one of the Hyuga became a sensei. So that guy that usually that becomes Naruto's father at the end of the story. What's his name again? Hiyashi, Kakashi, Shawashi, some she. But then that guy with the he still will become Naruto's mentor per se. Not Naruto's mentor, but Minato's sister's love interest. So we're gonna try and make him still be relevant to the story, but at this point he isn't Naruto's main inspiration to become greater at this moment. Since he knows about his family histories and stuff like this, so he knows he's the fourth Hokage's son. He knows he's the Red Habanero's son. The stories his auntie tells him a lot, and this is like basically similar to that what if I did a couple months back, where Kushina had a little sister and she raised Naruto, which did get fairly good reviews until episode 4. I'm thinking that it stopped fucking blinging down and shit. So the anyway so we're going to time skip now, where Naruto is now finally going to be graduating out of the academy. He did fairly well in the academy to the point of I'm still going to have Sasuke be number one in per se to for plot convenience, because Naruto did act a little goofy, a little bit weird in school, which kind of stunt his growth towards educational wise or academical wise studies. I'm not sure. I didn't graduate that much. I mean, it's not that I didn't graduate. I didn't focus in classroom that much. The fucking or our class are different or fundamentally different from wherever other school y'all niggas are from. So I'm just trying to be more sincere to your emotions. But anyway, so we're still gonna have Sasuke be first place in class, with Naruto being not last, but not second, because that I'm gonna give that spot to Sakura again. To be honest with you, I'm very neutral with Sakura towards her character development. So there, so Sasuke is first, Sakura second, Naruto is basically the third place, with everyone actually thinking that everyone had high hopes for Naruto being the prodigy of the class, due to how he started off school, with him being like he managed to master techniques, not or master the various studies provided in the academy. And growing up, then he started stunting his own growth with knowledge and stuff. I don't know what happened and stuff. Well, we do know. I know what happened, but y'all need to be left in the dark, because it will be a big reveal sooner or later. So hang on with it. Hang on with it. So they do go on their first, A rank or whatever them little rank missions where they had to catch an ostrich, a chicken, a cat, probably a turkey too. So all those missions, like in canon, happens, and instead of Naruto really being annoyed by this, because um, he had more shit on his mind than ever. Is again, give me a chance, give me a couple more minutes, and the big reveal will be, out there, and stuff. So boom, Sakura and Sasuke were quite irritated with these, meager missions, and they decided to confront the third Hokage. And luckily, the third Hokage does have a mission for them, and he decided to, tell them to, go look for the third member of their party. With Naruto being at his house, he was walking out of his house at the same time when, Sasuke and Sakura approach around and tell them that, the third Hokage wants to debrief them on their next mission. And this mission is, it looks like they'll be exiting the village for what, you know from since they were young, they didn't really have a lot experience with the outside of the village. They do have certain experience with, but not to the point of going to another village entirely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So, um, a mission still goes as it canon, with Tazuna still mentioning Sakura's forehead, not knowing that these kids are basically, you know, top of the class kids. He thought that, like, he told Sakura, you have a very big forehead, and when he looked at Naruto, he instinctively sensed that, Naruto isn't per se a person that would, seem intimidating, but his chakra, even to the naked eye, or ninjaless person, is quite intimidating. But he's basically not trying to be. You know what I mean? He has similar chakra to an original Uchiha, but a little, not similar. He has chakra pools just like the Uchihas, Uzumaki's, right? But like, say, 2 times the normal Uzumaki chakra pool Naruto possesses at this moment. So basically saying Naruto is super OP. And when his parents did do the sealing of the Nine Tails, they ensured that the Nine Tails wouldn't interrupt with Naruto's chakra in the slightest. So, and let's give it an interview of what Kurama was doing at the time. And when he was sealed, he kind of mentioned that, this child possesses chakra equivalent to his father at that moment. And he decided himself, after impaling his parents, that he did do some fucked up shit, and willingly suppressed his power. So at this moment, or he's not willingly trying to affect Naruto's chakra control at all. So we're gonna say now, the Nine Tails is neutral in a sense, right? So that was what Tazuna was picking up on. It's not now what you call its chakra. It's not Kurama's chakra. Basically, this is just Naruto's chakra in it of itself. So there's no confusion in it. Naruto is hella OP, and he already got respect. He got a tiny, he had respect, or he got acknowledged a little bit by Kurama when he was first sealed with when Kurama was first sealed within him. So y'all could get that right. That makes sense. I mean, I'm trying to make this less complicated than I'm thinking of it. I have a migraine right now. Thinking. How can you stop your thought process? I don't want to do that. No, no. That would be like deliberately asking myself to become a vegetable. Not a paralyzed vegetable, just a mentally deformed vegetable. Oh, oh, my bad. Okay, so we time skip. They've been already been debriefed. Tazuna has given up on the fact that he taught these kids. If y'all didn't, you're not gonna see this, but I was doing air quotations and stuff like that. So the attack of the Demon Brothers still happen is in canon, but uh before they even get the chance to, or before Kakashi had the chance to fake his own death, Naruto and Sasuke kind of have the sensibility on, like it's second nature to them already down, because flashback, Naruto and Sasuke trained with each other per se a lot. But that training, calling it, calling what they were doing training, would be an understatement. It was like basically them trying to kill each other day in and day out, but somehow that made them stronger. I mean, because before it started, Naruto was like, when that fight ensued, Naruto was always winning, but Sasuke trained and trained and trained, and then one before he continued, he unlocked his two Tomoe State Sharingan at a earlier age. So if Itachi did it at fucking, I don't know what age Itachi did it, but if Itachi did it at age 12 or some shit, um, Sasuke did it at a how you could say way earlier age, because he did it at the age of like 8 or 9 years old, similar to what Naruto, because Naruto did whoop ass a lot, so that ensured that he awoken his Tomoe Sharingan. That was a whole fucked up flashback. So this is why Sasuke is strong, and like I said, he's first place in class, but that is because Naruto allowed it to happen. I'm trying to sneak that shit up in there somehow. So anyway, that happened, and before the Demon Brothers actually did um not kill Kakashi, he was like, tad surprised that he didn't even see the after image of the boys, and he just saw two unconscious ninjas, on the floor with Naruto and Sasuke telling Kakashi like, "Oh, yo, that's very careless and shit like that and stuff." And we get to another flashback where they finally graduate from their classes and they are assigned their tuning or joning instructor or something. I'm not sure. I keep forgetting which is which and stuff. He did, as in canon, come in late and stuff, and after debriefing them, telling them not to eat and stuff like that, Naruto not really listening to whatever he said, because again, Naruto has a lot on his mind at this moment in time. So when they told him not to eat, he wasn't paying attention, and he deliberately ate some stuff with his auntie preparing, lunch, because he told them that he has two really cool classmates, and one of them was a prick. He knew, but anyway, that's a story for itself. As Minato's sister made two extra bento boxes, and Naruto took this with him for his, newly formed teammates and stuff. So when it comes to getting the bells, Naruto and Sasuke figured out that there Naruto on his own could take on Kakashi 1-on-1 due to him having more chakra than Kakashi, and not say more experience, but in this timeline, Naruto has been trained thoroughly by Hyugas, Uchihas, and stuff. And the another let's do that for another time. I was gonna explain what happened to the Uchihas, but another time. So acquiring the bells came a bit easier for them because then they decide to teamwork, the process of being a teamwork. And Naruto told this whole speech before even the test started that there was never just three. If y'all notice, there's always four people in a ninja team. So the thing is teamwork here and blah blah blah. Me explaining what I wanted to say is being very complicated for me. So Naruto said some mushy crap. Everyone fucking acknowledged it, and then they came up with a plan on how their test, or they come up with majority of plans, like because they didn't know what the test would have symbolized. So they came up with plan after plan after plan after plan. Per se, Kakashi said, to take something from him, they made plan for that. And say to, per se, to do something, they made plan for that. So they made plan for plan for plan, right? And stuff. So when Kakashi came and told them that, they're to take the bells from him, and the one who didn't take a bell failed, they already had some plan for a countermeasure similar to that. So they did get the bell quicker than in canon, and doing so, Kakashi immediately passed them and stuff. So they did great. Anyway, so we get back to where at this moment they already defeated the Demon Brothers with them lecturing Kakashi, but they didn't really notice that Kakashi was planning on deliberately having himself get killed, because he already saw through that fucking trap and stuff. So they got information because Naruto did a little bit some kind of intimidation jutsu, and one of the demon brothers just spilled everything. So from an earlier start, they already know about Gato. They already know about not Tazna. How you call him again? The executioner guy, Zabuza. So they know about Gato, Zabuza's assistance, and the plan to not have the bridge be constructed and stuff. So the sneak attack from Zabuza isn't so much of a sneak attack anymore. So they're they're focused and prepared for anything. So when Zabuza did throw the executioner blade, Naruto kind of did a shadow clone, multi shadow clone, surprising everyone. Because then how does he know this technique? This is an S class technique. Now this is Kakashi trying to figure out what's going on. And another flashback. I don't know, this probably might be a lot of flashbacks that happen, but Naruto secretly stole the scroll of sealing on multiple occasions. So he doesn't only know the shadow clone jutsu, but he been practicing his father's the jutsus his father's created or perfected, like the flying thunder god to the flying Raijin, on his own signature Rasengan. at this moment Naruto is already mastered the Rasengan, but it's a secret technique only to be used at how do you say, but excuse me, cut out again just now. My phone is giving me a lot of issues since I cracked it. I was looking up the definition of a word, um but it's nasty. Anyway, what I really meant was to say, even though Deku, not Deku, but Naruto, he just wants he doesn't want everyone to know all his ability. He likes to keep some of his abilities to himself, like under his sleeve. So, but because the executioner blade was swiftly approaching, and before not like in canon, the executioner blade was aimed for them directly, meaning that even if you know, they don't have the luxury of dodging in separate direction because um, they're they're protecting someone, and even dodging, protecting this one would leave them vulnerable for Zabuza to attack the one protecting their Kazuna shit. Anyway, so instead of doing that, Naruto's quick thinking just decided to to a multi shadow clone jutsu with them taking most of the brunt of the attack and deflecting the sword. Now this is where it kind of shift towards what happened in canon, and it lodged itself into a giant tree with Zabuza then appearing on top of the sword. How I'm not sure, but then he does appear on top of the sword. And like I said, Naruto has this sensory ability at a younger age than in canon. So he kind of sensed that someone was looking at them from a little ways away, and he then does another shadow clone that buries itself in the in the soil, and the fight with Zabuza starts with Kakashi you know um doing his thing and revealing his Sharingan with um how call this Sasuke being visibly upset about this, because then again another flashback. But instead of killing all the Uchihas like in canon, similar to another what if of mine, Itachi didn't kill any of the children, none of the children. Remember, these are horny individual per se, so they will be having. I don't understand why he would kill all the kids except his little brother. That would make no sense. So instead of killing all the Uchihas like in canon, he killed all the adults per se, and just left the kids there per their reason, putting them under that jutsu, that Shisui, what do you call her? Yeah, it's Shisui. That Shisui, Itachi. Yeah, Shisui could have done, where he made all of them good, because then um this is why Sasuke isn't revenge prone at this moment in time. You know what I mean? So if it is it the infinite Tsukuyomi? I'm not sure, but that jutsu, I forgot what it is. But Itachi, I mean, Shisui can do it perfectly, where he rewrites someone's neurotic code or some shit, but he makes them essentially be protectors of Konoha at the end of the story, right? So blah, and Shisui, Itachi is still on the run and stuff. So seeing this, I kind of deactivated that shit for like an eye that wasn't affected by that technique I was speaking about earlier. Seeing that made what Itachi did to Sasuke undo, and he kind of interpreted it in his own way. But um, where was I gonna go at? Yeah, finally Kakashi gets trapped in this the water bubble looking ass thing, and it was up to Naruto and Sasuke, which they finally do end up saving Kakashi, similar to the techniques they used in canon and stuff. So um, remember that shadow clone that Naruto did do earlier? So suddenly that appeared beside or behind the masked individual, with it being like, how did it get here without me sensing it? Blah blah blah, and stuff. So, yo, this is where we're going to be leaving this off. Hopefully, y'all understand this one. I know I rambled a lot of bullshit, but I'm trying my best to make sense in what I'm doing at this moment and stuff. So, yeah, check out all the links in the description, y'all. These are what if creators that I think are amazing, such as Kid Zeus, Six Master, Zoku Meister, Liam Meister, number 8, just to name a few. Also, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Tell me what y'all think of this one here. On another point of view, I'm taking what if suggestions. Um, Recently I created my own Discord server. At this moment, its name's Kevin Cornage server. It's brand new. It's just fucked up. I'm not sure. My TikTok account is on there if you want to check out my little project animation that I did and stuff. Uh, get me to 200 subscribers and I will release the full thing. But anyway, this is Kevin Carnage, and I'll see you in the next one. Holla at a nigga.